I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to King Dolphin TV, episode 257, a Sunday show. Pudgy, do it.
Sunday, unedited, uncensored, unvarnished. It's Mr. Raymond.
All right, that's the way to start a Sunday show. Welcome to a special Sunday show of King Dolphin TV. As everybody knew, we were on an away mission yesterday, and I hope to have a video uploaded momentarily to show her performance. And I thought it was great. She did really, really good last night. She doesn't think so, but I do.
This was the recital?
This was the recital.
Awesome.
Yep. So that she says she sucked. She did not. She did not. So we're gonna have
all of a sudden, Sandra did a trumpet solo.
Charge.
Yes.
Charge. So that was the away mission yesterday, and the reason for the delay this evening was we had the grandkids. So it was fun. It was fun at the mall with the grandkids. Well, the biggest one went to see Godzilla and Kong. So she went to see that with her mommy and daddy, and that meant that the little one was ours for the entire 2 hours. And she was a pistol. She played constantly, and she was spoiled constantly.
Run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears.
Exactly.
Oh, stop it, Mrs. Fields, you did a cookie. Bounce, 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 bounce. Jump in the massagey chairs, go on the little helicopter. Run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears, run to Macy's, run to Sears, run to Macy's. Sandra's in the vibrating chair going, you run after her, Mr. Raymond. And
that was about how it happened. I was the one actually running with her. But it was fun. It's always fun to be with the grandkids. So, let's get this thing going. So, as you could see in the corner, it's been a week since the big guy's passing. So we're still, it's still tough for both of us. And and I know again how big a part of the pod Snoopy was. So I know a lot of you are missing him. Please keep thinking about the big guy. I'm sure he's terrorizing heaven and with all the other dogs and stuff like that. He will be missed.
Hey, Mr. Raymond.
Yes.
I just got a question.
Yes.
Those gonna go clicky now. Are you gonna let your toenails grow out, or is Sandra gonna let her toenails grow out?
I don't think either of us are gonna go clicky. Sandra says he's stealing halos all over. Yes, he is. And trying to get treats for you.
Yep.
So, hail Snoopy. Please put
Hail
an S
Snoopy.
out there. Hey, please put an S out there for it. Florida Poopa says heaven is filled with the sounds of the clickety click and the smell of his toots. Yes. Yep. So hail Snoopy. So let us get going here. If you like what you do, if you like what we're doing here before we get started, if you like the the interviews that I'm doing, May is going to be a big interview month. As you saw, we had Stephanie Janicek this past Wednesday, and we're going to have a lot of interviews with a lot of interesting people coming up in May. And of course, there is PodCon coming up. So please, if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. If you want more interviews, more interesting people, please give me their information so that they could Mo juice.
Oh, iced tea.
Iced tea? Okay. Please give me their information so I can reach out to them and so we could oh dang it, I'm in the wrong one.
Subscribe to Mr. Raymond.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. If you are so inclined also and want to help out the channel, help out get things ready for PodCon and to keep
And so Mr. Raymond can take Miss Sandra on a fudgy wudgy date.
yes, we definitely need a fudgy wudgy date. And also to keep Snortopopus in seals and Pudgy in cookies. Please, if you are so inclined, put a couple of ducats in the bucket and click on the tip jar, which is attached to the top of the stream. I'd really appreciate it. It'll keep the things going on here in the channel and help keep fun here. Okay, so let me let's see. Let me welcome people who are here on this special Sunday episode. Let's see. In the chat, we've got right now Jack Lumen. Hello, Jack Lumen. How you doing? Hello, Laura Thoth. And hello, Taylor Swift, greater than Disney's Star Wars. And the other blah stuff. All right, so that is people in the chat. We've got our amazing wrench team. We've got our producer, Sandra, my better half, the one keeping things sane in this insanity.
And the bringer of pie.
And the bringer of pie. Yes, I love you, honey. Well, things will get better. And then we've got Dalek 451. Hello, my friend. Yeah,
Hey
I know. Even though you're a Dalek, you can't I'm sure your energy levels prevent you to making that long trip. And you really don't want, I really don't know if you want Snort or Poop is beaming you over. I don't think that's going to be, I don't think it's going to be good for business. Nah, I want nothing to do with DC.
Yeah.
And it's a nice centralized area.
No.
Okay. Um. So, let's see. Let me continue here. So, hello, FKHC. Let's see.
You know, the
Uh,
biggest problem with DC is it was made by a French guy. And and why is that a bad thing? Circles. Circles everywhere. It was
yeah.
never designed for traffic. It was designed for circles
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah.
circles.
Huge, big circles.
with roundabouts everywhere. And everyone gets stuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Pudgy remembers,
circulars.
Pudgy remembers going with Cobalt into Washington, D.C. He was white knuckles on the steering wheel, kept cursing the entire time. Pudgy's like, Pudgy went to sleep, and Pudgy hid underneath the seat, and then we wound up on something called I-81, and I had to go through Virginia, and it was like, and it wasn't safe until we got back to Pennsylvania, and then once we got to Pennsylvania, it was so smooth, roads going through Pennsylvania, and then we made a left turn and got out on the turnpike, and the turnpike was like, oh, okay, this is sort of like, welcome to Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Yep.
Then the worst part is we get to the Breezewood exit, and then those truckers from DC and Maryland, they're coming, they just fly right out, and like, weather breaks. The oncoming traffic is supposed to yield to us, and Pudgy's like, Pudgy wanted to go to sleep, but Pudgy's too invested in this story to sleep yet. And it's we get through the tunnels, and that's the reason why you should follow Mr. Raymond here on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Pudgy. I love those stories.
Oh yes.
I really do. All right, now back to the introductions. Okay, Legatus Legionnaire, the first one in, the last one out. Lots of good stuffs already. And finally, for right now, Pudgy. Well, hold on. Let's do this right. Periscope up. Start cam on. Pudgy, cue it.
Your screen is black.
My screen is not black.
Yep, it's black.
Let's try again. Okay. How about this?
What dangers lie in the darkness?
What black?
Yep.
When shall Snortopoopas appear?
That is strange. All right,
Return of the darkness, from whence he came.
Oh. Okay.
Soon, the destroyer shall arrive.
All right,
Devourer of seals. The bringer of pain.
Uh-oh, Raymond is lost. I've got a camera. What's going on here?
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, it's part of the computer.
The snappiest of dressers.
All right, let's try this again. All right, do you at least have my avatar?
Yes.
The destroyer of bureaus.
Better? Worse?
Black again.
Return to the void from whence he came.
All right, I guess we're gonna have to do this without a camera. All
Uh-oh.
right, Slaughter Poopers, you bar. Dot scream. Hashtag roar. Meow. What's with the meow? No. None of this meow. Dolphins in space. Yeah. All right, I don't know what's going on here, but I guess I won't be seen. This is not good. Hey, dolphin guy, get this straight. But let's go to the other one.
And his assistant in pain. The devourer of Coca-Cola. And this is not a sponsored stream. And Mr. Fez is chudding. Chud. Sniffles. D. Boom. Wait a minute. It's not the boom button.
Uh-oh, Pudgy's muffled.
And Mr. Fizz talked during the explosion again. Oh boy, Pudgy's talking during the explosion. And soon Mr. Raymond will appear once more. No, he will not. It is now. Welcome to the Fez and Pudgy Show! It's starring Mr. Raymond.
Am I here?
Yay!
Yes.
Okay, good.
There he is.
All right, so we got, okay, let's see. Yay. There you go, dolphin. There you go, dolphin. You got it right. All right, so then the last guy.
Major Kong! Charge! And Mr. Raymond froze.
Yes.
Welcome to the Pudgy and Fizz Show, starring Mr. Raymond.
Good. All right, and Major Kong. Yeehaw.
Yep. Da boom, da boom. Yada-da-da-da-da-da.
Shaboom, shaboom. Na 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 shaboom, shaboom. Na 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 shaboom, shaboom. Na 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 shaboom. Ba bum 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 shaboom, shaboom. Na 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 shaboom, shaboom. Na 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 na. Welcome, Major Kong. And Snore the Poopus. Dun 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 dun.
Slaughter Poopers. You bar. All right, let's get this shenanigans started. All right, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here, but I wonder if that's
It's Semper Nutella.
Semper Nutella. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get things started here. Now that I don't know what happened with the camera, but something. Yeah, I don't know. It probably doesn't like Sundays. The Sunday. Let's see. Dalek says you're gonna get that woman's poor woman's scream out.
Don't worry, she works for Cake.
Okay. The dolphin is in the darkness of outer space. Dolphins in space. Snortopoopas does the yeehaw. Alex says, "Where's Kitty? Where's the kitty?" Yeah. And Raymond is lost to the void. Yeah. Okay. And finally, the two people on my panel. We've got Fez. How you doing, Fez?
Oh, just getting along. You know, it's been a rough week, but not too
Mhm.
terrible here.
Yep. Yep.
So-
And Pudgy. Headlong.
It's Mr. Raymond time. 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 It's Mr. Raymond time on King Dolphin TV. Yay! Hi, Mr. Raymond.
How are you, Pudgy?
Pudgy good.
Good. And I know Cobalt's in the background. So hello, Cobalt, and I hope you are doing well.
Hello.
Okay, let's.
Wait, Pudgy, you didn't let me talk for a change. Hello.
Hi, Pudgy. I mean, hi,
Hey,
Cobalt.
Cobalt.
Pudgy pushed the button to turn off Cobalt's microphone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna have this here, huh?
Oh, Nutella for you.
No Nutella for you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yes,
Here we go,
Tim.
Dolphin. Here we go. Here we go, Dolphin. Here we go.
And yes, there he is. Gettysburg, as we've already established.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, Pudgy's already looked at on the directions. So Cobalt's
Good.
gotta fly, fly high in the sky, and we go over a couple mountains and through a couple valleys, and make a left turn, and make a right turn, make a left turn, make a right turn, make a left turn, and go straight for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and then there's a roundabout. And then we gotta circle the roundabout and circle the roundabout and circle the roundabout and circle the roundabout and circle the roundabout. And we're gonna be stuck in a Yugo with Chevy Chase, and he's gonna be like, any moment we'll be able to exit and roundabout. And then eventually we get off and we make the right turn off the roundabout, and you go down the road, and then the Lincoln Social Food Club's on the right, and then Pudgy runs in, and Pudgy's like, "Bring Pudgy cookies!" And they're gonna go, "Oh, holy crap, it's a talking hedgehog."
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
And Snorter Pooper says you need to recalibrate the transphasic pattern buffers and reverse the polarity on the interspatial modulators. You might also need to put another quarter in the coin slot. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those coins. Oh,
And don't put the British coins in the machine either, because they're all the wrong size.
or you may have to get change because it won't take dollar bills, or you're gonna have to use your card to swipe your card through. And Legatus Legionite says, always remember to take that left turn at Albuquerque. Yeah, I should have taken the left turn.
Well, Bugs Bunny was always going to the east, and he kept saying, "Yeah, forgot to make that left turn at Albuquerque." That meant that all those adventures he was supposed to go to Canada or Montana or Colorado, but all the times he kept winding up somewhere else.
So true.
And the real secret was he found a roundabout and go roundabout, round now, roundabout now, roundabout.
And then he ended up on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre, which is a large square roundabout, basically.
No, not
Oh
good.
no!
Yeah. That used to be fun on Saturday nights. Place would be loaded with cars, teenagers all over the place, music everywhere, and then the cops shut it down.
Yeah. No cruising! And then all the teenagers went away with their cars, and then it got nice and quiet for the two old farts that were complaining the entire time, and
Mhm.
and then downtown died because there's no traffic anymore. But they are happy because they get their 2 little seats out in the park.
Yep.
Never mind, the rest of the town is crumbling. No cruising.
You've seen the pictures.
Yeah, what? Welcome to Pennsylvania. Where
Yep.
you find a place where young people are, and then you ban all the young people from the place, and then magically, mystically, it goes away.
Yeah. No wonder they're all angry today. Oh well.
Yeah, so they move out of Pennsylvania into other states, and then Pennsylvania is wondering, hey, what happened to all the young people?
Yeah.
They go to West Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, they go to Morgantown to study, quote unquote.
Yep.
All right. Get it? Okay. Now. Hello, Dalek. How are you, sir?
Hey, Dalek.
Hi, Raymond. Hi, fans. Hi,
There he is.
Pudgy.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dalek.
How you
Hey,
doing, man?
Dalek, the bringer of pain, the master of disaster, the devourer of English trifles,
True.
the bringer of sticky toffee pudding.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, that's yummy. That sounds yummy right there.
It
Yeah, I was
is,
wondering-
Raymond. Trust me, Raymond. It is.
Took you so long to get up here.
What took me so long getting up here? I don't know. I was actually thinking about not coming up here at all tonight.
What?
I don't know. I just didn't.
Wasn't feeling it.
Just
Just
wasn't
didn't-
feeling it?
I wasn't feeling up to it at first, and that's all.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see. Is it here yet? Is it here? Ah, come on. I know it's here. I know I sent it to myself. Figures Gumby. Figures Gumby.
But then I was having such a good laugh watching you all. I thought, hey, I'll get in.
Come on up. Come
Awesome.
on up. I do have a story as soon as I can get this stupid video put through. I don't know why it's taking so long. Probably because it's a video.
Oh, hey, Pudgy.
Uh-huh.
Guess what I bought myself. I think it was yes. Guess what I bought myself yesterday?
What?
Cookies.
Yay!
Oh. Ooh, nice.
What kind of cookies?
Belgian chocolate.
Ooh.
Why?
Nice.
And Dalek drove in his armored shell up to the grocery store, made a left turn, and went through the doors, and went to the nice British lady, wearing the green apron, and she's like, "Hey, oh my goodness, it's a Dalek!" And Dalek's like, "Where are the cookies?" And she said, "Do you mean biscuits, love?" And Dalek said, "Yes, aisle 12." So then Dalek's driving through, and then there's all these little kids that are in the grocery stores and going, "I want to ride the Dalek!" And Dalek's like, "You try, you die."
Oh.
And then Dalek 451 in the cookie owl finds Dalek 200, the big juggernaut one, and the Dalek is like, "What are you doing here?" And the other Dalek is like, "I'm just working a part-time job. I'm stocking all the biscuits in the cookie owl." You realize how much of a contradiction that is? Over in America, they call these things cookies, but over here we call them biscuits. And Dalek 451's like, "Yes, it's all part of the evil Dalek plan." And he's like, "Oh, that's the reason why."
Yep.
Right.
Oh, that works. Oh.
I
We
think, I
shall
think we all-
control the British nomenclature.
Yes.
I think
So in
I think
England-
I think we only call them cookies when they're baked a certain way, but most of the time they're biscuits.
Oh, okay. Mm,
So biscuits and gravy would be a bad thing in England.
probably. Yeah.
Biscuits and
yeah.
ew.
Yeah.
Those are good. Big fluffy biscuits covered with sawmill gravy and sausage. Oh.
Thing is, the thing is, the Belgian chocolate cookies weren't even the ones I wanted. I wanted white chocolate cookies, but
Those are good.
but they didn't have
Yeah.
any, so I made do with the Belgian chocolate.
Darn
That's
you,
still some.
doctor. The doctor got there first and took all the cookies. Oh, that's the next episode of Doctor Who. Dun 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 dun. And then Matt Smith shows up with the sonic screwdriver. He's like, "Where are the white Belgian chocolate cookies? I have to get them before the Daleks get here."
Snort brought up a historical notice today.
What's that?
It is. There it is. Snoopy shot down the Red Baron 106
Hey!
Wow.
years ago.
Wow.
Right, Snort? Yeah,
There you
said,
go.
he says, let's see, and since we're still remembering Snoopy.
Hey, Star Lupus is a bunch of Yogi Bears.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, let's see. Character, cosplayer. Let's see. Character, cosplayer, cosplay. Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see. Snort says, we also found out what was wrong with the warp drive. Somebody poured sticky toffee pudding in the intercooler. Oh, that'll hurt.
That's not good.
No.
Nope.
That was probably the origin of a warp core breach.
That's probably the origin of Star Trek Discovery. That's the reason why the saucer section kept spinning. The warp core had to go somewhere.
Yep. Yep, that's true.
You know what's really sad? What's really sad with that show? All the merchandising opportunities, that they came up with. Why didn't they sell a pizza cutter?
That's a
All
good.
right, what happened
That's
to
a good
computer?
point.
I don't
Am
know.
I still there, Raymond?
Yeah, we
still hear you.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Something happened with my computer. Went all blank.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's good.
No. Light's not flickering. Yes.
Yeah, Star Trek Discovery, the pizza cutter. And you could put the new Star Trek Discovery theme song in the pizza cutter whenever you're using it. Pudgy doesn't know what it is because after watching 2 episodes of it, Pudgy's like, Pudgy just wants to go outside and play, and then Pudgy never watched it again.
Yeah.
Pudgy saw what they did to the Klingons, and Pudgy's like, nope, Pudgy's done.
Yep.
Yep. Oh gosh. Trying to find out.
That's a good hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, then Pudgy was reading the news about Doctor Who and what the guy wants to do a musical dance-off number, and Pudgy's like,
no,
that doesn't make any sense.
No. Haven't you done enough to the doctor?
It-
You know what? You know what it is.
Please yeah, exactly. Let the pain end.
Actually,
Yeah.
I know what happened. This is my theory. The Daleks decided they wanted to truly ruin and destroy the Doctor. So what did they do? They went and inputted uh, inputted stuff into the doctor into the writing room of of Doctor Who, and it resulted in uh, the female doctor from Orc. It's ended with this thing. Daleks, you won.
Yep.
Doctor was destroyed. Hey, you got your victory.
That's
Yep.
That's
Well, then
that's actually not a bad idea.
there was that couple of
Daleks won.
Daleks. There was that couple of Daleks that went to Oxford and got degrees in communications, and then went to work for the BBC. And
That's it. They won.
yeah,
The Daleks won.
Well,
Yeah,
that's better than Pudgy's theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pudgy's theory was
what-
the bunch of the Cybermen got jobs at the BBC, and they're like,
Oof.
okay, how do we ruin Doctor Who? Okay, step one, we'll make a lady doctor. Step two, the first 4 episodes are going to be kind of interesting, and then it'll all go downhill afterwards. And then once everyone forgets about Doctor Who, except for Doomcock, because it's his job to care about these things, so they're like, okay, how do we make the Doctor Who even worse to make that Doomcock guy even angrier? So they just like, oh, what if we make all the characters exceptionally merry, and we'll make the and we'll do by generation, but we'll do it off of a good doctor and separate a bad doctor out of the good doctor, and we'll throw in a couple of fellow references, and for anyone that gets that reference, give yourself +1. and then we'll run it all through the BBC legal department, and the legal department will say, okay, we have a checklist, and you have to beat X, Y, and Z. And then they run it through the checklist, and the Cybermen are like, wait a minute, we need some additional supports. And then they called in the Weeping Angels, and the Weeping Angels like, wait a minute, what if we include musical numbers? And then the Cybermen like, we don't understand musical numbers. And then the Weeping Angels are like, you've got a speaker on your chest with radio dials. What do you mean you don't know music? And then for some reason Davros shows up and says, hey, why didn't you include the Daleks in this discussion? And then the Cybermen are gonna be like, didn't you take early retirement? And Davros is like, yeah, but I still have creative control over the Daleks. And then the Daleks show up and say, didn't you retire? We don't have to listen to you anymore, Davros. And Davros is like, yes, you do have to listen to me. I'm your creator. And then the Daleks say, we're owned by the BBC. So we don't have to listen to you anymore.
Well, technically, the Daleks are owned by the Terry Nation estate, and the BBC pays royalties so they can use the Daleks in Doctor Who.
yeah.
And you know what? The best part about the Pudgy story is, just randomly, a Dalek appeared with legal descriptions in the middle of the Pudgy story. Pudgy didn't even push that button yet.
Oh dear. Hello, Starker Ryan. How you doing?
Hey there, Tony.
It's true though. It's true though.
Hi.
The BBC has to pay, in order to use the Daleks at all. The BBC has to pay royalties to the Terry Nation estate because it was because of this guy called Terry Nation who actually originally created the Daleks, and and his estate, his estate still owns the rights to them. So the BBC has to pay royalties.
That makes sense why the Daleks aren't in a lot of episodes. They don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're also kind of. I think they've also kind of contractually they were obligated to use the Daleks at least once every season, so they could keep using them
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
at
Ah,
least.
And Terry Nation's lawyer Dalek shows up and says, "Compensate, compensate."
Yes, a big gold,
But
a big black and gold Dalek, which he owns. Yeah.
you know what'd be
There you
even
go.
more funny is is one of the new Doctor Who episodes. The doctor's walking around, he's doing the doctor thing. No one's paying attention because the show stinks. But just in the background, there's like 4 Daleks working in a Burger King, and they're like, "You want fries?" And then and then there's a bunch of Cybermen like, "We don't have mouths. No, we don't want fries. Do you have any coffee?"
Well, that's not that actually probably work given some of the shenanigans the Daleks have been shown doing over the years.
Oh, I just saw this. Here you go.
Oh, that's the new
Oh,
character.
yeah.
That's a new character in Doctor Who.
That would work. That would work. That would
Neat.
work. Oh, okay. So, okay, Sandra can consider herself lucky because for some reason I'm unable to send her video. So you're lucky for now, Sandra.
Yeah.
I will figure it out. All right. So I have a story today.
Uh-oh.
Yes. All right. Let me. Yes, we are 42. Wow, 42 minutes in. Yes. Okay, so I have a story. So let's all sit back and listen to the story. Yesterday. Okay, we've been very sad about. Oh, are you pulling up a chair, Snoopy? I mean, Pudgy.
Yep.
Yep, I see Pudgy is big now, so he's really listening.
Yep.
Okay, so we're over here, still mourning Snoopy, thinking we weren't going to get any doggies. And so we had to have all his stuff that he has accumulated taken over to the local shelter. Well, the local shelter wasn't answering our emails. So Sandra decided to check online to see about how to deliver stuff from Snoopy over to the shelter. Well, we both think that a certain clickety tutor dog
Yeah.
maneuvered her fingers to push a button on the computer. And lo and behold, we started seeing the adoptee animals. Uh-huh. So we're looking and we're looking and we're looking and we see this guy. And we talk. And he had it tough. He was in the shelter. He was adopted. They took him back because of some things they didn't like about him. So we said, "Oh, this guy's going to be." We talked about it, and they said this guy is going to be stuck in a shelter probably for the rest of his life, and that's sad.
Yes.
So we decided to at least go and check this out. And lo and behold, let me introduce you, because nature abhors a vacuum, and I think Snoopy had something to do with this. Let me introduce you, if you could see him, to Trike.
Where's he at?
Well, you see his, okay, see the bed?
Uh-huh.
He's right next to the bed. And
I can see.
Oh,
Aw.
well, welcome,
Yeah.
Trike.
yes,
Hello, new buddy.
Trike,
Aw.
Trike. Typical, just like Snoopy. Just like Snoopy.
Oh.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's
I
nice.
Saber,
think,
too.
yep, that's his name. Actually, it is. It is spelled Tryke.
Ah.
Hail, Trike.
Hail
Aw.
Trike. And of course he's sleeping. Of course. But I have some pictures.
Aw.
Let me see if I can
Awesome.
let's see if I can get these over here. Let's see. It's not where okay. Do. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh my God. I just noticed the pillow on the couch.
yeah.
That pillow.
Yeah. WTF.
Yep.
That actually was sent to us for the holiday from one of Doomcock's Swinches.
Yeah. And WTF stands for Where's the Food?
Mm-hmm.
Sure it does.
Yeah.
For
Well,
Pudgy's benefit.
Oh, for Pudgy's benefit, of course.
okay. Let's see.
It could be worse. It could be reversed. FTW.
What?
Yeah.
Where's the ferret?
Yeah, it's actually means where's the ferret?
Ah, yes.
Where's the
Yes,
ferret?
of
There's a
course.
ferret there. Okay.
Where's
Hail
the ferret? Okay.
Or wet the furniture.
Sanders says Trike will push the door open if it's not latched so he can let himself onto the porch rather than sit out in the weather if we don't know when he's ready to come in. Yes,
Cool.
I will let him out. I will let him out that door by the sunroom, by the keyboard. He'll go out, no problem. 1 minute later, I'm hearing a woof, and he's in the screened porch saying, "Okay, let me out, let me in."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I should have these. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Your first look. Your first look at Snoopy's tag team partner. Can't say he's replacing because no one can replace Snoopy.
Nope.
No.
No one can. So here is your first look at Trike.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Hail Trike.
Hail, Trike, yes.
He'll try. Aw.
He's a pit. He's a. From what we understand, he's a pit bull bulldog mix.
Awesome.
Aw.
All right.
Very cool.
He's looking at something here,
Oh.
and of course,
Oh.
Uncomfortable.
he's on the couch.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Oh,
there
sleepy. Oh, sleepy
Uh-huh.
boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's definitely he's definitely a he's not a puppy. He's about 6 years old. Well trained, good with
Good.
kids.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy, yes. He's still going through the separation anxiety,
Yeah.
but fortunately, unlike Snoopy, he's crate trained.
Ah.
So he was
Okay.
able to get into the crate today when we left, and he was really good.
Great.
That's
Great.
good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys. That's
well,
awesome.
thank you. I mean,
Mhm.
absolutely. Obviously, you can't replace Snoopy, but
No,
Oh, no way.
he's got some
But-
big tap shoes to fill, but they'll get there.
yeah. And it's a case of I think that Snoopy didn't want us not to have a dog to torment us.
Right.
So
Right.
I think my buddy had something to do with it. So
Awesome.
um,
Awesome.
Yeah. Snoopy
That's
gone, but not,
terrific.
Snoopy gone but not forgotten. But then
Never.
there's Trike.
Yep.
There's Trike. So
Hey.
Snort asks, has Trike deployed the air freshener yet? Yes. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Awesome.
And I will say this: he does take a lot of room in the bed, but he's not as pushy as he's not as pushy as Snoop was,
Yep.
which is a good thing because I don't. One time, I was trying to get into bed with Snoopy. Snoopy pushed and pushed and pushed me off the bed. My forehead hit the nightstand and busted me open.
Aw.
So,
That ain't
Oh,
good.
man.
yeah. Fortunately, a little butterfly Band-Aid took care of it. I didn't need to go in and get stitches. But yeah,
Yeah.
but that was the only time. That was the only time the big Snoopy did it. And fortunately, Trike here, he may be big and stocky, but I think he's definitely got a heart of gold, and he's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Mhm.
That's
Pay
great.
out to Trike.
Yep.
So that is the new. That is the story. That is the news. And I mean, we're still mourning Snoopy. Snoopy's still in all our hearts.
Yep.
Mhm.
But now we have a new addition to the pod.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. I guess it's the old saying: nature abhors a vacuum.
Yep.
There's always.
Down.
Hang on, folks.
No, we don't want a warranty. My car's only a year and a half old. I am trying to find a picture or a short, and I can't seem to find it. I thought I sent it to everybody, and let's see. Thinking. All right, let's see this. All right. There was a video I put in. There was a short that I thought was absolutely awesome, and I can't find it. I thought I saved it. Yeah. Let's see. I know I sent it to somebody. Let me
This
check.
segment is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars. Mr. Raymond has 3 books now. Perfect for reading, for balancing coffee tables.
Oh, for balancing coffee tables.
Yeah, how sometimes the tables have those wiggly parts that go up and down, and like Sandra's got her elbows on the table and like everything's fine. And then Mr. Raymond leans on the table, and everything goes in Mr. Raymond's direction. And Sandra says, "Stop doing that! You're gonna make the soup come out of the bowl." And Mr. Raymond pulls out the official copy of Blood Feud and then puts it underneath the table. And then magically, mystically, the table's level. So Blood Feud is available for leveling tables and to prevent marriages from ending when the soup comes out of the bowl. Just remember to take your copy of Blood Feud back, because the restaurant doesn't get to keep it. They have to purchase their own copy.
Snorter Poopa says, I really need to put myself up for adoption. And Snort said this about DC. Oh my God.
Roundabout, roundabout, roundabout,
Oh
roundabout,
my.
roundabout.
Oh my goodness. That's bad. That's bad. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. We won't count the one in Virginia because that's in Virginia. But still, that's a lot of roundabouts.
Hey, Pudgy just realized that the White House is on an X.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 roads converge at the White House. And then you go up to the White House, and then the president's like, "No, you can't use the bathroom. Turn around." And then you say, "But there's no way to turn around. All the roads lead to the White House." And then and then Pudgy pouts, and then the president says, "Ah, the hedgehog's pouting. No, you still can't come in to use the bathroom." Well, Pudgy's like, "Fine." Pudgy go across it and go to the bathroom in the National Mall. Then the police officers show up, and they're like, "Why did you go to the bathroom in the National Mall?" And Pudgy says, "Well, Pudgy doesn't know it's the National Mall." And then he said, "What about that sign over there that says National Mall?" And Pudgy's like, "Oh, that sign." But Pudgy kept looking for Sears, and there's no Sears anywhere. And they said, "Well, yeah, because most of the Sears closed. It was replaced with an H&M." And Pudgy's like, "Wait a minute, what's an H&M?" And then like, "Well, it's over there, but you're not allowed to go over here. So you have to go all the way over here and sit on the bouncy massage chair and watch as this poor guy from West Virginia is chasing his little granddaughter up and down and up and down, 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 up and down." And then his wife is giggling, "Go on, Raymond, you keep chasing after her." Up and down, 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 up and down. And then he collapses on the ground because he can't move anymore. And then the granddaughter sits on his chest and bounces up and down like, "Oh boy, let's do this again." And Mr. Raymond's like, "You want another cookie?" And she's like, "Oh boy, yes, I want another cookie." And Mr. Raymond, "Did you find the video yet, or should Pudgy keep it stalling?"
No, that's fine. That's fine. I've got a meme here. I got a meme. Snorter Poopa says, adult polar bear, more or less housebroken, rarely eats visitors without permission, loves children with barbecue sauce. Great. I think you'd get some takers, Snort. I really do. Yeah, I really think you would get some takers. All right, so John is still talking about talking.
This is the end. This is the end of the story. This is the end. The end of the beginning. The beginning of the story.
That's something Winston Churchill said. This is not the beginning of the end. Or something. This might be the end of the beginning. Like, that made a whole lot of sense.
that makes sense.
This is the end, my friend. Yes. So that's how it happened.
And years and years pass before the puppy dog is able to absorb the hot dog he ate.
And since then, they became the Wiener dog. And that dog is really looking at the hot dog. You can see the eyes going, whoa.
Pudgy always wanted to go to Las Vegas because there's this one casino that is set like a big top circus, and there's clowns everywhere. But the reason why Pudgy wants to go is not for the clowns, but over to the buffet, and because right beside the buffet, and this is the genius of this place, they put a hot dog stand next to the buffet. So while you're waiting to get into the buffet, you can go over to the hot dog stand. And at the time, when Pudgy was watching the documentary, it was 99 cents for a foot-long hot dog, and then 99 cents for chili and 99 cents for cheese. So for $3, you would get this giant chili cheese hot dog. And Pudgy would say to Kobold, "We gotta go to Vegas. Pudgy wants to get the hot dog." And Kobold would be like, "Pudgy, it costs over $1,000 to go to Vegas, and then it costs at least $1,000 to stay in that casino. So to get your $3 hot dog, we have to spend $2,000. And Pudgy's like, "Yeah, but Pudgy wants a hot dog." And then Kobold went to the grocery store and got footlong hot dogs and cans of chili and cheese and said, "Look at this, Pudgy. This only costs $10. And if we convert for inflation, it's $50 now. But but at the time, Pudgy's like, "Oh boy, yay, hot dogs!"
Hey, Phantom Outsider, he said. Wait, I thought they used helium to make those balloon animals. Hail chat. I don't get it.
Oh.
Okay, here's one. Okay.
Oh. That's a great paint job.
Yeah. I'm sure the cow doesn't think so.
The cow probably didn't care. Are there others? Yeah, there are others. So she didn't care. But Pudgy has to remember to look respectfully to check to see if it's a girl cow or a boy cow. Yes, you can milk a boy cow, and he'll be real happy, but he'll probably get kicked afterwards.
True. So, Phantom Outsider is here. Okay. And John is still on the phone. John on the phone, my friend. Okay.
He's on the phone with BBC Legal right now.
Telling them not to it's probably a cease and desist. Yeah. From the Dalek Legal Department.
Wait, sorry, did you ask me something?
No. No.
What was that with the cow?
Oh, you want to see the cow again?
Yeah, I just barely caught that.
Yeah, that's the next episode of Doctor Who.
What?
Well, let me bring it up. Let's see. Let's go back.
That thing with the cow?
Yeah, because the new Doctor wanted a musical number, so they're like, okay, fine, we just need a 400-pound cow painted, and then it just she walks out there, and from afar, it looks like there's a man dancing with a lady.
There you go, John.
Let's see what we got here.
Right.
The little leg. Oh my God.
How'd they get the cow to stay still long enough to paint that? Jeez.
Probably when he was sleeping.
Oh my God. My sister would have loved that. That is awesome.
Actually, so if the cow's in one of those troughs with a feeding thing, because Pudgy, remember, they would lower these U-shaped metal bars over top of the cow's head to keep the cow in place. So yeah, you would just lower the restraint down, paint the cow, then the cow would be like, oh boy, that tickles. And then the cows walk around, and then all the other cows are like, hey, Ethel, nice paint job. And she's like, what's everyone laughing at?
Lee would have loved that. That is awesome.
Phantom Outsider says they usually make balloon versions of the Vina dogs. Yeah. And Snorter Pooper says Angus Day, the cow of God. Coming soon, Dr. Cow.
Boo, 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 boo.
Dr.
That's terrific.
God.
Yeah, and in episode 1, the Daleks are chasing after Dr. Cow. But because if you think about it, there's the sensory arm, then there's the weapon arm, and the one that it sort of looks like like a whisk, but it's not a whisk. If you think about it, that thing sort of doubles. If you take the end off, like one of the suction devices that you connect to the cow's udders to get the milk out. The Dr. Cow's like, you leave me alone. Moo, 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 moo. And then the Daleks are chasing after going, oh, what's an E word to remove something? Extricate.
Phantom Outsider says this is proof some people have way too much time on their hands. Do we know if Bear 6 Higher has access to cows? Ooh. And then he says, no, Pudgy. It's moo da da moo.
Moo da 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 moo da 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 moo da da moo boo boo da 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 moo da 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 moo moo boo 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 boo.
I really think this is a very moving segment.
It's utterly ridiculous.
Yes, we got that. Are we gonna milk this for all we got?
And now we know how the white Daleks were born. They're full of milk.
Yeah.
Remember, they did claim in a big finish the Doctor had been beings and animals.
Yep.
There was, that thing Russell T Davis wrote when we went. Was something to do with the anniversary, I think. And he said something about, let's just ignore that.
Oh, and you know what the best part is at the end of Dr. Cow, moo da 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 moo da 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 moo 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 moo, and then when it's time for regeneration, then it turns into Super Cow Aristotti.
Oh
no!
Wasn't Super Cow in the cartoon series Cow and Chicken?
Yes, she was. Yes.
And Super Cow was the only one that could speak Spanish, because normal cow couldn't.
Yeah, it was. God, that was so weird. I mean, I remember that show, Cow and Chicken.
Yeah,
and it was like, the whole Super Cow thing. I mean, why did she speak Spanish the whole time? She didn't need to.
Yeah. And then Davros Cow comes out of the barn riding on a tiny John Deere tractor.
Oh! Snorter Pooper says, just the cream of the cow jokes here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, things are.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after the Super Cow era of Dr. Cow, then it turns into Mr. Horse from Ren and Stimpy. Well,
Oh
sir,
God.
I don't like that.
Good Lord.
Ah, yes, Ren and Stimpy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy,
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 joy, joy.
joy, joy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. Dun, 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 dun. Well, if I ain't the granddaddy of all liars.
Yeah. Hey, Fet for Hire's here. Hail there, bro,
Oh,
man.
uh-oh, hide everything.
Hi, Fed.
Hide everything. Hello, Fed for Hire. Come on up. He says, hail to the pod. You must be working. But
Yeah.
if you're not working, we got you here.
Yeah. You had a fine stream going this morning or last night, or?
Yeah. I got to watch your...
That was cool.
I got to check out your stream.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't. There was no notification. Let's see. Oh, if you don't steer this this is a double one. This is a triple one. If you don't steer this conversation away from the cow jokes, I'm going to have a real beef with you.
Don't worry. He's only ribbing you.
Only two. Let's see. Phantom Outsider says, sorry, Dalek, but Dr. Cow will never kowtow to the demands of the Dalek Empire. Phantom Outsider said, have you had access to cows lately? Oh, God.
Moo.
Cow jokes. Watch out. You don't want to butcher any of these jokes. I already said that one, Legatus, and we will milk the joke for all that it's worth. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know if there's any more cow jokes. I'm sure the chat will come up with them.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Okay.
And then halfway through the Dr. Cow episodes, the Daleks show up again, and then there was those two Daleks that were completely full of milk, and by that point, they're halfway done for cheese production.
Mm-hmm. And I guess.
And one of the Daleks are starting to turn yellow because they're going through the cheddaring process.
Oh, but
then there's what the steer said about the ugly cow. I can't believe it's not butt.
Oh dear. We got a trike sighting.
He's on the couch now.
Yeah, Sandra sighting.
And a Sandra sighting.
Sandra, hello.
And she's waving. Oh, let me steer this in a different direction.
Ooh.
And let me put a stake in it.
Nice segue.
Yeah, let me put a stake in this. Okay, it's that one. Right, let me put a... Okay. The great steak debate. I would do C.
B or C.
B or C? I'd probably do A too. A and C. A and C.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. A and C. A and C.
Yeah.
Ketchup is for when it's ground up.
Yeah. Let's see. Legata says, If you feel you've, oh God, here's another one. If you feel like you've heard HERD all these cow puns before, you probably have deja vu.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh.
Snort says, I have no stake in these cow jokes. Oh.
Yep.
See, I had to set that one up. And Phantom says, remember, most cows are grain and corn fed. Find all your corn needs at Corn Hub.
Not guilty.
No, we know Phantom did it. If the meat is good quality and juicy, it doesn't need anything. But I love a good sprinkling of Worcestershire sauce. I'll tell you what else Worcestershire is good at. In Bloody Mary mix.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, let's get rid of the steak here, and hopefully we're moving on from the cow jokes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh dear.
And you know, that's one thing, I don't know if they do it around here anymore, but at the firemen's carnivals, they used to have what they called cow flop bingo. And they'd have a bunch of cows in a field, and there were squares made with either the lime or the string, and you had to bet on a square of where the cow was going to poop.
Oh. Okay.
I haven't seen that in years. But yeah, that used
Is
to be
that
a
the
big
same
thing.
thing like with? Is that the same thing like with cow tipping?
No, that's a Friday night thing.
Yeah, you have to go to the bar, and there's that one lady that drank too much, and you push her off the stool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do you know about that, Pudgy?
Well, then the bouncer says, "You're out of here," and then instead of taking the lady out, and then the bouncer says that to Cobalt, and Cobalt's like, "But I had a slice of pizza and a beer. You're out of here," and then and then the Cobalt has to go over to the jukebox, where Pudgy's made friends with a bunch of biker guys, and then Cobalt has to take Pudgy away, and Pudgy's like, "Bye, biker guys," and they're like, "No, come back. We were gonna give you a tattoo." And Pudgy's like, "Oh, Pudgy wants a tattoo," and Cobalt's like, "No, you're not getting tattoos from a bunch of bikers standing next to a jukebox." Because they're not bikers. They're all doctors and dentists. They're the only one that can afford the motorcycles. And then Pudgy says, "No, one of them said he was a lawyer," and the Cobalt's like, "No, they're the especially bad ones. They're the ones that put their motorcycle on a trailer and drive to the place in the trailer, and then get in the back and out of the trailer, and then they drive 2 feet to the bar and cover in the special outfit." And then that's when the lawyer started to chase us out in the parking lot, and Pudgy's like, "Run faster, Cobalt!" And Cobalt's like, "I am running faster." And that's the reason why you should subscribe to Dalek 451.
All right. Legata says, "What did one dairy cow say to the other? Got milk?" Snort says, "Wait off, Snorted Poopus Q bird. Meat is juicy as it's still moving and screaming when he starts to eat it." That's true.
Yeah.
And Snort has had enough. He's getting on his Kawasaki, and getting out of here. That ties into the last joke.
Hey, you know how a Kawasaki sounds when you ride it? Moo, 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 moo.
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah, then you pull up to a red light. It goes moo 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 moo.
Oh.
And then that lawyer shows up on his Harley going, Harley, 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 Harley. And you know, Star the Poopus on the Kawasaki is like, hey, nice Harley.
I nearly spit up on my keyboard on that one.
Yeah.
And I moved and I don't have my John Rendell. I don't have my John Rendell protector.
Yeah. The approved keyboard protector.
Yes. If Fed for Hire is watching, let's see, was that cow clip his handiwork or not? No, it wasn't his.
But it should have been.
Lagana says, was that a moving violation? Oh, dear.
You know it. Moo, 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 moo. And then that makes the lawyer all upset. He's like, yo, I'm gonna show that guy Harley, Harley, Harley. And then it stalls out, and he has to walk it off the side of the road, and then try to restart it. And then all the doctor guys show up, and like, you know, and they stand around, they're looking at the Harley, trying to get it started. You know, and then finally they get it started. And then they, you know, the reason why it clumped out is because it only gets 2 miles a gallon, you know, and the tank's empty. So they get it up to the sheet station, and they fill the motorcycle. Then they go inside, and they're looking all tough, and you know, they got the patches and the jean jackets on, and they're hanging out in the sheets. And then off in the corner, there's these guys with Tesla vehicles connected up to the chargers, and they're like, "Oh boy, we got a Tesla. You know, it cost $78,000. How much did your motorcycle cost?" And they're like, $78,000.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So wait, our Tesla could do 300 miles range. How much of a range does that Harley get? 10 miles. Oh, is that so? So then the Tesla owners get over in their cars, and they disconnect. They turn the engine on. You don't hear anything because the electric engine. They pull away, and then they drive down the road, and then then the biker guys show up, and then all of a sudden this guy shows up with a trailer, and the doctors are looking at the lawyer like, did you seriously drive a trailer here with your motorcycle? And then the lawyer's like, shut up. He gets in the big Ford F-350. Again, this is not a sponsored stream.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer's driver says, "Hey, did you have fun playing the Hell's Angel this weekend?" And he's like, "Shut up, Bill."
Love it.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Ah, yes.
So on that note,
Hey, speaking of the motorcycles, have you guys ever seen any of the videos of what's it like to actually own an Orange County chopper?
No.
All right, so
I saw Jay Leno's.
Yeah, he made fun of him, and Paul Sr. got all ticked off. Well, so there's a guy that has a motorcycle channel, you know, and that's part of the reason why Pudgy's talking about motorcycles, because I was watching that video. So he bought 2 Orange County choppers. So the first one, when it was first sold, it was $160,000.
Yikes.
He bought it 15 years later for $8,000. It was that much of a drop, because they're custom. There's no market for them.
Yeah.
So when he bought it off the guy, he said, "Hey, wait a minute, you know, did you ever ride this?" And he says, "No, I bought it. I put it in my garage." It was a talking point. It was so expensive. He was scared to drive it, so it just sat in the garage. Well, apparently what happened is that guy got sick, so his family needed to sell for medical expenses. So, but you know, he'd been trying to sell it for 5 years. Eventually, he's selling it to this guy for $8,000. So he brought it back to his shop, had it looked over by the mechanics, and the mechanic said, "This is the worst built bike we've ever seen. Who would build a bike like this?" there were no shock absorbers in the bike.
Oh.
There was no rear shock absorbers. There were no front shock absorbers. The brake
Yeah.
system was all manual caliper brakes,
Yeah.
which is standard for a motorcycle. But basically, there was no slow on the brake. When you put the brake down, it would
Mhm.
lock up the front wheel, causing it to skid forward.
Yeah.
So the only way that you'd be able to slow the bike down was to take your hands off the throttle, let the bike coast up to the light, and then once it got to the light, then you hit the brake to stop it.
Wow.
But then it was the engine. It got 3 miles to the gallon, and the tank was 4-gallon tank.
Wow.
So it meant the range of the motorcycle was 12 miles.
Jeez.
Mm.
So he got it running,
Yeah.
took it out on the road. It was up in I think it was in South Dakota, and he said his back hurt, his spine hurt, his hips hurt.
Yeah.
That was an unnatural position. He's like, never again, never buy an Orange County chopper. Well, 4 years later, he bought another Orange County chopper. But this one came with a trailer and a boat and a big sign because he bought it off of a Geico auction. And if you think
Oh,
about
wow.
Orange County chopper, how many times were they sponsored by Geico?
Yeah.
You know, Geico just kept buying them and buying them. So again, this was 160,000 bike. He got the whole package for $10,000. And then that one, it came with a supercharger because it was a racing bike that they had built. And that
Yeah.
one, grand total of 2 miles to the gallon, and it had a 4-gallon tank with a supercharger. So that meant it only did 6 miles range.
Jeez. Makes
And
you wonder, don't it?
Yeah, and the funny part is that when they're working on the bike, just randomly, this guy walks over to the shop and says, "I'll give you 15,000 for the bike cash right now." And they said, "Why? Why do you want it?" And he's like, "I designed that supercharger. I've been looking for this bike for 15 years."
Yeah.
Ah.
Wow.
He wanted to get the bike back so he could get his supercharger back. That way, he would be able to hook it to an actual working motorcycle, not the Orange County chopper stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
God, could you imagine if that first bike, if he was riding it on Pennsylvania roads,
Oh,
his bones would be dust.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's funny, Paul Senior, he shut down his operation in New York. The building, but he did one of those sale leasebacks. They built the building and they sold it to a landlord, and then they were leasing it back, and then they defaulted on the lease and they got kicked out. So
Wow.
he moved down to Florida. He has a little teeny tiny shop. He rebuilt the cafe, and it's connected to a Harley Davidson dealership.
Mm.
Unreal.
Now the funny
Price
part
of
is
fame.
the Harley Davidson dealership is the one that lured them down there because their sales had flatlined and he needed a thing. He had all this land down in Florida, didn't know what to do with it. So he's like, you know what? Let's bring Orange County choppers down here. People remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
God.
Let's see. Knock knock. Who's there? Cows go. Cows go who? No, silly. Cows go moo.
Oh.
All right.
Boo, 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 boo.
So the bike was strictly for showing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's funny, the way the YouTube works. It recommended that I watch this other one. So there was this guy from Brooklyn. He's riding his Kawasaki. Wait, how does the Kawasaki go again, Pudgy? Boo!
Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, just like that. So he drove up to where their headquarters were, and then there's these two guys with a pickup truck. They were they were doing something shady, and trying to hide their faces. But they said, "Oh yeah, this was the worst company they scammed my buddies out of $60,000. And then just they ripped them apart. And so he's like, because this guy only knew what the television show showed. So they drove down to Rockwall Tavern, which is the town where where that place was set, and he went into a bar or ordered a beer, and a sandwich, and said, "Hey, what do you think of the family behind the show? They were the biggest bunch of."
Yeah.
The whole town hated them.
Jeez. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Got one for you. I saw this as I was swimming in the water.
Uh-oh.
There's a dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. No,
Ooh.
Lady with a banana.
that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, now it's this one.
Oh, that's neat. It's a circular tank.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, the dolphin doing cartwheels. Who says
Oh,
dolphins?
she's gonna feel sick tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and I think I may have finally got to where I need to find this one video. If I can find it. Close. Come on. Yeah.
It's really silly whenever you watch reality television, you know, uh, American Chopper and all the different redo the house type shows. All those redo the house shows, they're all falling apart right now because they were all their shows were financed with 0% interest loans. And now that the interest rate is 7% to 8%, all those companies are failing.
Wow.
Did you ever watch something called Good Bones?
No.
It was a mom and a daughter that was doing houses out in Indianapolis.
Mm.
Well, for 7 years, well, actually for 6 years, everything was perfectly fine. And then year 7, is when the pandemic hit. So they were able to supercharge their business. What used to be $100,000 house, they were selling for $500,000. But then things went totally haywire when the interest rates went up, and then it came out that like at the end of every episode, it would show we bought the house for $200,000, we put out $80,000 renovation, it's $280 subtotal. We're going to sell it for $500, so our profit is blank. Well, it turns out every single one of those episodes were a lie.
Really? Wow.
2/3 of the houses were never sold.
Jeez.
They turned them into rentals. And then only 1/3 of the houses actually sold. And then so I'm like, oh my goodness. I went looking in the various news sites, and it was like, of the ones that sold, a whole bunch of them went back to that company saying, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, because they watched the episodes. And every single error, and there was a lady in Chicago, Windy City Rehab, where the same thing happened, but it went really haywire.
Yep.
It's so bad that she's no longer doing houses in Illinois. She actually went to California, and then now magically she's in France.
All right, let's see. Oh, John, anything in your fridge of mystery? Yeah, I beat you to the punch, buddy.
I'm glad you asked. Hang on just a second here. If I can get it open.
Oh boy, Snoopy's in the fridge of mystery. And now he's outside the fridge of mystery.
Hmm. Oh, I see. Okay. Now, what we have here today is a nice antique money clip.
And
a
money.
nice antique money. So this is from around the 1930s. It was one of my ancestors. I don't know which one. I think my grandfather's. But it's got the clip on the back, of course, for the money. And it's a nice, I guess, chrome steel or polished steel with the little pearloid kind of thing in there. But this is neat because it's not just a money clip. It's got a little pocket knife type thing with it for little cutting string or what have you, or stabbing
you got
midgets.
the money. How about now?
Yeah. And then this side is the fingernail cleaning thing with the little rasp on it for filing your nails and the point for cleaning out the fingernails. So that's something I found in my grandfather's stuff that's pretty neat. And I don't know if you can see the texturing on the metal. It shows up a little somewhere in there. But yeah, it's got a nice texture to it. And the little pearloid insert.
Nice.
But that was from Art Deco times in the 30s, somewhere in that range.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Antique Snort says antique money from back in the day when money was worth money.
Yeah. And the great thing about money is you could go into a store, and if you wanted something, you bring it up to the counter and you'd give them the money, and they'd press these buttons and bells would ring and a drawer would open, and they'd take your money and give you back other money that's different. It was great. It's like Christmas every day. So
yeah, that was before they would ask you for the rewards card.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a rewards card, they're like, why don't you have a rewards card? Don't you know what happens if you don't sign up for a rewards card? There's this dialect that shows up out of the blue. He's like, where are the rewards cards?
Yeah. Or worse, I went into the down to Holiday Hair in, I think it's Mayfield, and I got the haircut the other day, $26.
Oh,
and you put in your card to pay it off, and the first thing that comes up is how much of a tip do you want to leave? And it's like, you know, these people are getting paid anyway. And I really wasn't happy with the haircut because, you know, there's some things in the back that aren't quite right. Well, there's some things up here that aren't quite right, but you know that. But, you know, guilting people into a tip is not a good idea. And, of course, getting a haircut from a woman with, you know, the top of the nose piercing and a nose ring and tattoos all over, I should have listened to all the alarm bells in my head. But, you know.
Go to a barber shop.
If we had one that was reliable, and by reliable, I mean open.
Yeah, that's a problem. A lot of them closed.
Yeah. Well, you got one in Nicholson that's by appointment only. And I don't think there's another one till you get down towards Scranton or Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, $26 for a haircut. Jeez.
Yeah. Hello, Dad Man walking.
Hi, Dad Man.
He says, hey, King Dolphin TV. Hail Pudgy, the greatest hedgehog that gets Sonic. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. Hail Pudgy.
You can make me little again.
Yeah. Going to be making dinner while bacheloring. Oh, Mrs. Dadman is going to be wandering, huh? Going to do Mrs. Dadman things. Ah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting closer. I must be getting closer. Meow. Meow. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about bark?
Well, that's usually on the tree, but yeah.
Ah,
Eh.
oh dear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you'll have this.
Yeah.
Moo, da da moo, da 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 moo, da 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 moo, moo. Episode 2 of Dr. Boo. The Cybermen are dressed like milkmaids, and they're chasing after
Oh.
the doctor. Give us your milk, doctor! And Dr. Chow is running away as fast as Dr. Chow can.
Yeah, it's a stampede of one cow.
Episode 4: The Revenge of Elsie. Let's see.
Episode 5. Pepper Potts appears from the Capaldi era, looking really confused, and then Dr. Chow comes over and poops on her foot.
Oh dear.
And then Capaldi, who's guest starring in that episode, walks over and says, neat. And then Dr. Chow runs away. Moo, da 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 moo, da da moo, da da moo, moo. See, the best part about the Dr. Chow episodes is that unlike the normal Doctor Who, which is 48 minutes, Dr. Chow's only 5 minutes. Getting back to the original Doctor Who, which was like 5 to 10 minute serials.
Mm.
That was the perfect amount of Doctor Who. You would have 1,000 episodes; it would all be one story, but it worked out perfectly fine. It's like, hey, what's the Doctor up to this time? I don't know, but they're pushing Marlboro cigarettes this time, and you know, because back in the 40s they were doing live commercials. It was always cigarettes for some reason. Non-addictive cigarettes. Don't worry about the cigarettes. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. And then we found out in the 80s it wasn't fine. All the cigarettes were really, really bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Snort
They used to have the dancing Lucky Strikes on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, is that the reason why Tom Baker was always eating the jelly babies? Because he was trying to quit smoking?
Could be.
Fancy a jelly baby? A whole episode. Jelly baby, jelly baby, jelly baby. You know.
Jelly, jelly baby. Da, 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 da. Sorry. My brain went away for a minute.
Sears used to force their salespeople to push their credit cards. It would take 15 to 20 minutes to make a simple purchase while they kept gabbing about those cards. I stopped going there. So true, Snort. So true.
Yep. That happened to me when I bought my washer and dryer.
Yeah.
Papa Eagle had an easy way around that. He would just look at the Sears person and like, here's $50. Shut the blank up. And yes, I want change.
Yeah.
Dadman Walking is living the wild life of a single male. No women anywhere in the sight.
Yep. No pants. No pants.
Yep,
You can fart anytime you want.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Do what I want and when I want. Just imagine singing off key and no one to complain.
Yep.
You can fart if you want to. You can leave your pants behind.
Oh yeah.
And we lost John.
Yeah.
Phantom Outsider says, Pudgy, there's a call for you. It's the alcohol and tobacco lobby.
You know it. They keep sending the groundhogs over here, and they're like, Pudgy, you can't keep saying that. Now, here's 10,000 acorns and a box of honey buns. Will you please stop talking about this? And Pudgy's like, bring Pudgy 2 boxes of honey buns and 20,000 acorns. And they're like, you drive a hard bargain. We'll be back. and then so far they haven't been back. So it's because Pudgy's not under the NDA Nutella Donut Alliance.
Mhm.
Pudgy's allowed to say whatever Pudgy wants.
Yep.
Yeah, Pudgy's gonna be dropping truth firecrackers because Pudgy can't say the B word. Otherwise, the screen changes and there's something that happens.
Yep.
Oh, this is an old one. Who remembers that?
Uh-oh. Come on, computer. You can do it.
Oh yeah, the push pops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The orange ones were really good. The blue ones were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when the ice cream man would drive down the road.
Okay. Dalek, hold on, Cobalt. Dalek, you take care. I know it's late there, and
Yeah.
you have yourself a great night.
Take care, Dalek.
Good night, Dalek.
Night,
Good
Dalek.
night.
Yeah, night,
Okay,
Dalek.
yeah. Thanks, Raymond. Thanks. Good night, everybody. I'm just suddenly really, really tired. I think I should go. So
Yeah.
I'll.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna wish you all a good night, and I'll hopefully see you all next week. So yeah, good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Take
Night,
care,
Dalek.
man.
Take care. Dalek 451.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, let me put that there. And Snort says, Dalek, have a good snooze and hibernate. Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah. I remember the push pops.
Yeah. And the Mr. Softy ice cream trucks with that annoying little song that finally got out of my head until a few years ago when I played a YouTube video.
And there was the ice cream and the plastic cone with the bubble gum in the bottom.
Yep.
Oh, I remember those. I remember those.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the ice cream trucks, they had the drumstick pops. They had the ice cream sandwiches, the red, white, and blue pops that tasted like lemon.
Yeah, the rocket pops.
Yeah.
You know what the sad part is? Not where I currently live, but a while ago when I lived at the other place, there was an ice cream truck that would drive through the neighborhood in the summertime, and I would be one of the few stops. He knew that if he came by, I would come out, just be cutting the grass. I'd be overheated. I would always get the red, white, and blue pop. The first year that I moved in the house, I got the red, white, and blue pop. It was like $1.25. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year, and I'd been at that house for about 6 years. It was $4 for a red, white, and blue pop. And
Holy
I'm like,
cats!
And I said to him, I'm like, I'm gonna pay this. You're awesome. I love your truck, but how is this $4? He said, well, gas and insurance and all the other stuff. And then the other thing is that, he said, I drive like 10 hours a day and I might only get 2 sales. So for him, it was an older gentleman. He loved doing it. Was just like a summertime job, and also to keep the truck still moving.
Yeah. Not to mention permitting and all that.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I
I remember who did what?
Smarty.
No.
Snorty.
Awesome.
Snort says, imagine having to listen to that all day while driving the truck.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
Always like the good humor chocolatey Claire and toasted coconut ice cream bars.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then in West Pittston, where I grew up, we didn't have the ice cream trucks. I didn't get to see those until summertime when I go up to the grandparents in Connecticut. And at that time, this is early 70s, mid 70s, you heard that song coming up the street. And right away, all the kids would scramble to the couch and scrounge for quarters
yeah.
because everything was a quarter to 50 cents, nothing over $1.
Those
And
were
now
the
hearing the
days.
price of that, oh my God.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
was little, it was like 25 cents, 50. The biggest one was 75 cents, and it was like
Mhm.
this big giant popsicle.
Yep.
That would last you in a whole afternoon.
Yeah.
And the last time, well, oddly enough, where I live now, they did
Yeah.
bring an ice cream truck for a neighborhood function, and all the all the parents brought their kids down because they thought that the association had paid for it. No, you still had to pay for the ice cream and the novelties. And
Wow.
like Phantom Outsider is saying on the screen here, it was like $5 each item.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah.
You
Those
know, 'cause
songs were made to specifically make children insane for ice cream. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I remember stories that my parents would tell me, just Pittsburgh area, uh, of the Isley shops.
Yeah.
Isley's, there was the chipped ham. They had their diners, but they also had their ice creams. And that was a huge thing in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Mhm.
The Isley shops started closing in the 70s.
Yeah.
Everywhere had a version of it. It was Isley's out here, and GC Murphy was all over the place.
Yeah.
Woolworths still had some of their lunch counters running.
Yeah.
What
Kresge's
what was
did.
it? What was out in your neck of the woods, Fez?
We had Kresge's and Woolworths, and we had a lot of local dairies.
Mhm.
Grablick's was the best in West Pittston. They were awesome. But Blue Ribbon is still there, but
Yeah.
their prices have gone up, and they were right across from a coal breaker. So when the guys would come out of the breaker at the end of shift, they'd automatically go over and get the ice cream first and hit the bar second.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm amazed they're still in business today. And they were also right in back of where my fire company was, Goodwill. And so we'd come back from a fire or training or whatever, and right over there, and then down to the Bird Inn for wings and beer,
Yep.
which did not sit well on top of ice cream sometimes. But that was
Now,
a great
now
time.
you said Kresge's. Was it with a C or a K?
It was
Okay.
K.
Okay,
Yeah.
because Kresge eventually was part of Kmart.
Yeah, it became
Yeah.
Kmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still kept the original name for some of their old locations, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Kresge's was there up until late 70s when Pittston was burning down. And what happened with Pittston was a lot of people did not want to do the upgrades on the buildings, and there was a particular type of lightning that would hit them. And we had a lot of mafia around at that time. So every other week, you'd hear the fire sirens going off, and it would be the same tone, and it would be Main Street in Pittston. All the buildings started burning down one by one.
Mhm.
And I think there's only 4 or 5 of the original buildings that still stand. It's crazy.
Mm. Oh. Okay.
We even had a little Sears in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was one with a wooden floor. This was the original 1800s building.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember going in there and looking up, and that had the old style fans in the ceiling, and they
Mhm.
were painted black.
And did it have the chain hoist?
It might have. I don't remember.
It is a lot of the original Sears locations were set up. Well, actually, Sears, if I remember correctly, they started off selling watches, and then they eventually moved up to catalog sales. But then
Right.
they made their stores like warehouses because they were so used to working along the rail lines. So a lot of them had the chain hoist and everything. But then, as times changed and their operation changed, they started moving out into the various malls.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had the freight station right around the corner on Water Street. So, yeah, they would bring stuff up from there. And that was something else, though. And I mean, I wish I'd had the presence of mind as a little kid to bring a camera with me because there's so few pictures of those buildings, especially inside.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see here.
Do I have one?
Well, Mr. Raymond,
No,
this
that's on the
has
other.
this has been a lot of fun. Do we need to get going because you have work tomorrow?
I don't. Sandra does. I'm actually off tomorrow because of Passover. So we can go a little later, but I know a lot of you guys may be going to work tomorrow. So we'll go for about another half hour and then we'll shut her down.
All right.
Okay.
Did you show Sandra's recital yet?
I cannot. I cannot send it to myself.
Ah.
It's like
Yes.
she knows. She's pushed the
Yeah.
button to prevent file transfer.
I think that's what. Oh, she's over there doing it.
Hmm.
You heard her.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm gonna try it one more time.
Hey, Steve.
While Mr. Raymond's doing it, hi, Mr. Steve.
Hey, Steve.
And Phantom Outsider says in Central Jersey we had Carvel, Dairy Queen, different small stores that carried Breyers, Good Humor, Hershey, and Turkey Hill novelties. Oh,
Turkey Hill.
Turkey Hill is good. It's made by turkeys.
Yeah.
Hey
Great
there,
thing about-
Rancor Steve. How are you?
Brother Steve.
Hey, I know I gotta bring you on for an interview. I'll send you a DM so we can set something up. Okay, Steve?
Yeah.
I hope to get you on.
That'll be great.
Hello, Darth.
Hi, Darth.
Hey, Darth.
Hello, Darth. I am not having. Okay.
Well, while Mr. Raymond's doing that, all right, everybody in the chat, what's your most favorite type of ice cream or popsicle that you got from the ice cream man? And if you don't,
that is a good question.
And if you don't have an ice cream man, whenever you went to the grocery store,
Fudge Rebel.
Fudge. Mine would be. Oh my! From the ice cream truck, it would be those red, white, and blue 4th of July pops. You know, the ones that look like little rockets.
Oh yeah, those were awesome.
Those were awesome. Sandra says, chocolate covered ice cream on a stick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darth says, superstar banana and chocolate.
Oh.
Not a bad
Banana
idea.
Banana fudge bomb pop.
Oh no, he didn't say the word, did he?
Oh yes. Oh crap.
Oh.
Oh, he trapped me. He trapped me. Dan Man trapped me.
Quick, Pudgy, cut the blue wire.
Thanks, Phantom. Or thanks, Dad Man Walking.
See, Phantom Outsider says Stewart's used to make an excellent brown cow root beer float with vanilla and chocolate. Oh,
Ooh, that is
nice.
good. Legatus says cherry ice cream. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fudgicle was always refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad loved to keep a supply of those in the freezer.
Yeah.
If we're talking grocery store,
Yeah.
in terms of ice cream novelties, the mint chocolate chip Klondike bars. Oh, those are awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Grandpa always had
Well,
some
I'm
of
not a
those.
big.
Yeah.
I am not a big mint fan. My
Were you the
That-
Heath bars?
mm,
Yeah, the Klondike Heath bars.
no, I was back in the day. I loved sherbet.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
loved,
awesome.
Yeah.
I loved sherbet. But
Yeah,
now it's got to
Scoop
be
of
the
sherbet in
cookie
7
dough.
Up.
Yeah.
Now it's cookie dough.
Yeah.
Cookie dough.
Very nice.
Ice cream.
That was
Yeah,
a great thing at my grandfather's house was those Klondike mint bars because he was when I was growing up he was working second shift. So if we were sleeping over at Grandpa's house, he'd come home at around midnight or so. We'd hear him come in and we knew he was going right for the freezer. I was like, bang, there we are, like a cat with kibbles. That was a great time.
Snortapoopa says, "Don't ask me what I would do for a Klondike bar. We know what you'd probably do, and it's probably a lot of mayhem, a lot of blood, and a lot of crunchy things."
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Snort says, "Lime sherbet, orange sherbet, raspberry sherbet. Oh God, any sherbet."
Yep. Lime sherbet
That
was
was
my favorite.
It was always, and then you could do the sherbet floats, where you would put a scoop of sherbet into 7 Up or ginger ale.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or the phosphate sodas at the Kresge counter.
Yeah.
Those were the ones they had that silver cup base with the paper cup that fit in it. It looked like a funnel. Those were awesome. Cherry phosphates.
Let's see.
Hachi always likes it whenever Cobalt goes to the grocery store, because they don't make it all the time, but whenever it comes out, Hachi always really likes it. They make this ice cream in a tub, and it's chocolate ice cream with peanut butter fudge and chocolate fudge and peanut butter chocolate filled. It's sort of like Reese's cups, but not Reese's, but they're in little footballs, and and there's chocolate chips mixed in it as well. It's like it's chocolate upon chocolate upon chocolate upon peanut butter upon caramel upon fudgy, and Pudgy's like, oh boy.
Yeah. And when have you come back to? When did you come back to the present time?
Well, that nice man Grover Cleveland, he's always so happy whenever Pudgy comes to visit. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing back here, Pudgy?" And Pudgy's like, "Oh wow, congratulations, Mr. Cleveland, you got elected president again." And he's like, "Yes." and then the sugar wears off, and the Pudgy winds up in the president again. He's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I want to show you guys
Where'd
this.
Pet go?
He was working.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Oh, Pudgy, watch this video.
Oh yeah.
It's a great model, model kit, and then the plane goes into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a working airport, with the plane never lands because it's an emergency landing, and he goes
Mhm.
down, and takes right back off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's great.
Yeah.
Somebody went to a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah. There's actually one in Frankfurt that you actually see the vehicles and all the
Mhm.
lights and
Yeah.
all the cool
That's
stuff.
great.
Sonic, which now is in the area, makes a great peanut butter fudge shake.
Oh,
Mm.
for goodness sakes, you did a peanut butter shake. A peanut butter shake. A peanut butter shake. Oh, Pudgy can't
Nice.
sit still. Does the peanut butter shakes. Pudgy needs to get Pudgy's fill of the peanut butter shakes. Whoa. You shake it to
Awesome.
the left. You shake it to the right. Do the shaky shake. And Pudgy's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think someone I think on this one, somebody actually got tired of our cow jokes.
Oh.
Pudgy watched that video too. Thank goodness for Mr. Man. He was able to help the cow.
Uh-huh. But
But
he
the-
probably got it. He probably got in there because of our bad jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
Mr.
end it
Rabbit,
now.
Mr. Rabbit couldn't show the ending because of possible copyright thingies, but everyone, don't worry, the cow got out and ran away.
Okay.
Ah. Good.
Yeah.
And the first thing that farmer's gonna do is he's gonna go back to the shop and he's gonna get a bunch of wood blocks and put it in between those two parts of the two parts of the tree and tie them off, and that way the cow can't get back in there again. And then 2 days later, he's gonna find the cow's head below where the wood block is, and he's gonna be like, "Really, again?"
Yeah.
Cows are nice, but sometimes they're a little dumb.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like 5-0 Pudgy.
Now departing on runway 7.
Hold on a second. Keep on going.
Let's see. There, Phantom Outsider says there's a mini train place near me called Northland. I think I've heard of it, which would only hold my interest if they added a Godzilla rampage among the miniatures, but they suddenly refused to do that.
Honestly, if they made a miniature railroad and city and airport and all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
you do the normal the normal show with the train conductor, but then like every half hour on the hour Godzilla came up out of the water and destroyed part of the city, you would have so many people go to that show and would hang out in the train place the entire time, especially if there was a little snack stand where they could sell snacks waiting for the Godzilla attack.
Yep.
That would be totally awesome.
That's what Phantom Outsiders saying. There's a mini
Yeah.
train place near me called Northland, which would only hold my interest if they added a Godzilla rampage.
Yep.
Yeah, that would
Right.
be so cool.
Right. The train place doesn't have it currently, but if they do add it, and that would totally work.
Yeah.
Now, what would be also interesting, but it would be logistically hard, and it might trigger some bad memories in people, is if part of the town started to have a fire, and then you would have the fire stations, like 2 or 3 fire stations around town, and the little miniatures go towards the fire.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hi, Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Hello,
how you
Jill.
doing?
How you doing, Jill? Hope you're doing well.
And of course, I was into the model trains for a very long time, most of my life. And one thing I never saw on any train display anywhere was a locksmith shop. And I complained about it once, and the model railroad I was visiting actually put a locksmith shop in the city.
Oh,
So that
nice.
was cool.
Hey, you know what would also be needed, if they don't go the Godzilla route?
What?
Like every 15 minutes, just all of a sudden, there's one part of the train display, the little town. All the buildings start to shake and start to fall down inwards, and then a giant mole comes out, and it's the Mole Man from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yep. And then there's the discount Godzilla, dye the cat green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somewhere I've got a picture of our very old cat, Patchy. She's a calico from back in the 70s. We got the circle of track going around the Christmas tree. And my sister had it going really fast, and the cat's sitting there, and the pose in the picture is him with his paw right up, ready to kill the bloody thing. And he did.
Let's see. I'm looking. Oh dear, oh dear.
Dear, where?
It's the deer in the headlights.
Yeah. We usually end up with a few deer in the front yard at night.
Well, I wonder how Trike is gonna. Well, I haven't had a deer since we've gotten a new fence about a year or so ago, and so we haven't had any deers bother us. But I would be interested to see how Trike would handle seeing a deer.
Mommy, I brought dinner home.
Northlands, world's largest miniature wonderland. They have a video. Need to add Godzilla, but then figure out how to reconstruct it. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's see. Let's see if I sent it to Pidgey. No. Never mind, I give up. I've been looking for this one video. Hi, Jill. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. What are you looking
Oh,
for?
hello there.
Oh, I'm looking for this video of I know I sent it out to some people. It's a short. It has a Air Force female pilot doing somersaults as an F-16 is taxiing out of its ramp.
Somersaults. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've seen it. I have not. It's like, and I know I've sent the link to people, but I don't know where I have found it yet.
Well, if you look for the people you sent it to, then you'll find the video, won't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been looking. I thought I put it in the pod. I thought I put it in the pod thing. The pod panel.
The Twitter one?
Yeah, the Twitter one. Let's see. Let me take one more look. Otherwise, I'm going to just.
And while Mr. Raymond's looking for it, it's time for the Mistress of Disaster. Anti-derivative Jill.
The Mistress of Disaster. Cool.
Oh, Reddy's here.
I just had to figure out where I'm causing this disaster.
Ooh, it could be anywhere.
Rennie L.
Hi, Rennie L.
Hi, Rennie.
Hi,
All right, so Jill, important question. When you were little and either went to when the ice cream man came to your house, or if you went to the grocery store because the ice cream man didn't come to your house, what was your favorite ice cream novelty?
Ooh.
Oh, well, anytime the ice cream man came to my house, I'd run like a banshee towards it and I'd say, "Hey, ice cream man, wait a minute. I have to go find my quarters."
Yep.
And so, I don't know. I guess from the ice cream man himself, I loved cartoons as a kid. I loved to draw. So I always got those ice creams that had those bubblegum eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Can't. Phantom Outsiders said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
said that. The one with the bubble gum inside.
Pudgy
Hello.
always
Yeah.
liked,
Yeah.
Pudgy always liked getting the ice cream bars on the stick that was covered with the Rice Krispies and the chocolate.
Oh.
Oh,
But,
that's
but,
good.
but Pudgy also liked getting the red, white, and blue pops because that was Cobalt's favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, that I like that one when I was.
And if
now
I'm
you
going
got-
to the grocery store, I just pick cookies and cream.
Yeah,
Ah. Nice.
cookie dough. Cookie dough.
And not the Ben and Jerry stuff because nobody can afford it. You have to go to the bank to get a mortgage to buy Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've quit getting Ben and Jerry's since they went woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Never
have
mind.
some unique flavors, but what's the point of being divisive with your customers?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
They're like the Disney of ice cream.
Well,
Mhm.
Pudgy doesn't care if they're woke or not, as long as it tastes good. But the problem is that a little teeny tiny cup, which is Pudgy sized, and Pudgy's like, oh boy, they made a Pudgy sized cup. And then Cobalt would say, you realize that cup costs $9, Pudgy? For that
Oh.
$9, you can get 2 dozen of donuts from the bakery. And Pudgy's like, oh, let's go get donuts instead, Pudgy. Cobalt. So then we got donuts. And we go up to the cash register, and it says $11. And Pudgy's like, "Wait a minute! It says $9 on the sign." And they're like, "Well, yeah, well, it's because of inflation." And Pudgy's like, "It inflated up $2 just in the time from Pudgy went back to get the donuts up to the cash register." And they're like, "Wait a minute! Why is the hedgehog talking? And why is there an eagle pushing a tub of chocolate fudgy wudgy ice cream down the aisle?" And then Cobalt looks up and says, "You take credit cards?" And then like, where are you gonna stick the credit card? And Cobalt says, "Oh well, wait, I forgot. I have Blue Beach."
Blue Beak.
Yeah.
Well, Pudgy is very
it's
smart to want to get the most sugar for his dollar.
Yep.
Yeah, the best part about Cobalt is he just taps his beak on the payment terminal and then it pays. It's tap to pay.
Oh.
Cool.
Everything's got RFID now.
Yep. Chris, you know what that means? That means Cobalt probably swallowed the credit card. That's how he's able to pay.
Oh dear.
Love it.
Oh boy.
And trust me, MasterCards do not taste like mustard. That logo lies.
There are some people who are actually doing that. They're getting some kind of mark on them, or I don't know if they're getting something put inside them, chips inside them, and they are using their bodies to pay. And I think that is really strange.
That is strange. Sandwich ice can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good old ice cream sandwiches. Love them.
Yep.
Those are great, but when I read that, I was like, sandwich ice.
I think he meant ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. He definitely meant ice cream sandwich, but it reminded me of the second thing that I would get at when the ice cream man comes by, which is a raspa or a snow cone.
Ooh, snow cones. Ooh, snow cones.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Now you guys are making me want to wait till I can't wait till the ice cream man comes.
Yep.
Huh. I'll have
We've
to
got We've got the ice cream place up in Lenox, so they should be opening soon.
Mm.
Yeah,
We've
they have
got
soft ice cream swirls. I love them.
we've got a place by us. They're small.
Mm-hmm.
Is about 5 inches out of the cone.
Mm.
So you can
Yeah.
imagine what the medium and the large are. You probably for the large you probably need both hands to carry it.
Yeah.
And then you gotta eat it there because you know it's gonna be melting instantly since it's soft ice cream.
Yeah. 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 That's about how ours are up here. And I usually get the medium because I can drive with that. But yeah, the larges, you definitely want help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're
There,
if you're talking old school, one of the best things to do is scoop of ice cream and a cup of coffee. And that's always fun. Although speaking of coffee, public service announcement from Cobalt here.
Yeah.
okay.
Guess what? Folgers and Maxwell House are doing, along with some of the other discounted coffees.
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, if you've ever wondered why the coffee doesn't taste exactly like it used to, it's because they're grinding stuff in with the coffee beans,
No.
specifically wood pulp. So they're grinding branches and other unroasted beans into the mix. So when I watched that video, I'm like, no way. And they said when you look at your ground coffee, check the colors. If it's dark throughout, it's probably fine. It's going to be mostly beans that were ground. So
Yeah.
I opened my can of Folgers, and sure enough, half of it was dark and half of it was a lighter brown color. I'm like, it is it was tree branches or whatever mixture they put in with it. So I'm like, okay, well that's that's Folgers. So I also had Maxwell House, big blue Canada stuff, and the top part was dark, and as you keep going down, it becomes lighter and lighter and lighter. Just they're doing it as a way to use less coffee beans and still ship the same amount of weight. So so the video says if you can buy the whole beans and then grind them yourself. Well, sure, I went to the store, I bought a coffee grinder. It was like $10. And a bag of whole bean coffee, and sure enough, 100% better taste.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
God.
I used to grind my own beans, but I got lazy. But hearing this now, I guess I just have to stop being lazy.
Well, take a look at your ground coffee, and if it's a mixture of colors, then they probably ground something in with with the beans.
Yeah. That's terrible.
That is.
I remember the good old days when they had the coffee grinder at the cash register at the A&P.
Oh yeah.
I
remember that. 5 o'clock coffee.
Yep. That was great.
Yeah, I bought a bag of 8 o'clock coffee, and it was absolutely awesome.
Okay. I will be right back.
Yeah, so that was that's Cobalt's public service. So whenever you look, you just look in your coffee grinds, and if it's all the same color, you're going to be about okay. Now I bought a Keurig, and so I was always be on the lookout for the cheaper Keurig cups. So there's one that's in all the discount stores, and I always I used to joke that they were that it was all wood pulp because it's terrible. Now it's 100%. It is wood pulp.
Jeez.
Now you know.
And the other thing is the Parmesan cheese. The shredded stuff that you did in the can. It's just cellulose in it.
Well, they put that in the ingredients list, so they don't hide it.
Yeah.
But it's true, it's there.
Yeah, and very teeny tiny print.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Trike.
Someone tried.
There's a Trike signing.
Trikey.
Hail to Trike.
Alrighty. Hail to Trike.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jill saw him, but that is that.
Oh, that's right.
what-
Jill and Rennie didn't see the pictures.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, I haven't yet.
Yep. Let's see. Let me bring it up again. This what Snoopy's doing.
Yeah, Mr. Raymond didn't have a choice. Trike showed up and said, "I'm coming home with you," and Mr. Raymond's like, "Okay."
Yeah. Or it's gonna be, or it's probably. Oh no! Trike had a sign saying Snoopy sent me.
Hmm.
Oh,
And here he is. Pod meet Trike.
and
He's
how
the
did you
dude.
get to? How did he get to move in? I do hear that a lot of times, that you don't choose animals; they choose you.
Well,
Nope.
we were gonna. Well, as you know, Snoopy died a week ago today.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah, I'm so
were.
sorry.
Thank you. We're still broken up about it, but we think we had a thing to do with this. We were going to start. We were going to turn over all his stuff over to the local shelter. They wouldn't answer the emails. So she went online, and somehow she ended up pushing the button for adopt these animals. And we saw this guy, and we looked at his story, and he was a real hard luck case. Very good boy, very well trained,
Wow.
but his owners, he was in the shelter, got adopted. They returned him for to me, the dumbest reason. They returned him because he thinks he's a lap dog. He's 80 pounds, and he got on a 2-year-old's lap and refused to get off.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, come on, really? But hey, they took him back to the shelter just recently, and we talked. Sandra and I talked about it, and we said, we don't want another dog, not right now. And then we saw this guy, and he looked like he was really in trouble. So we went to the shelter, and we brought him in. And unlike Snoopy, he went right to Sandra, because I guess he's used to the women in the shelter. And we thought about it maybe about a minute and a half, and I was filling out the paperwork. And so we have Trike, spelled Tryk.
Well, that's so good. You gave him a home when somebody else was stupid.
Yeah.
Now, what is the story of the name, if there is one?
I have no idea. No idea.
Are you going to rename, or are you going to keep his name?
I think we're going to keep him. I think we're going to keep it that way. He's 6 years old. He's probably been accustomed to that. So now we're going to keep him like that. I just found out today or yesterday that Snoopy was a shelter given name.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we've called him Snoopy for 13 years.
Yeah.
But I in retrospect, he was a Snoopy. You know, the Snoopy and Peanuts, he had a mind of his own. Snoopy had a mind of his own. So, yeah. It was...
Well, I wonder if Trike comes from the triangle over his left eye.
I don't know.
That's a pretty neat pattern.
Yeah. Phantom Outsider says, welcome to the pod, Trike. Yes.
Oh, your new dog looks so sweet, and I'm so sorry about Snoopy and everything. I'm sure it's a really mix of bittersweet emotions.
Yeah.
And
We both think that Snoopy had something to do with this. He didn't want us
yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
want us on he didn't
It
want
sounds
us
like you weren't.
untormented.
Yeah, it sounds like you weren't looking to adopt, but the error, there was an error, and you saw him.
Yeah. Yep. And here's more pictures of him.
Wow, but I'm really sorry. I know I wasn't here for very long, but I wanted to stop by just for a minute. I have to go deal with dinner and family and
Okay.
things.
Well, I'm glad you were here, Jill. And
Yeah, it was a good
uh,
time.
glad you were here, and you take care. Oh
You
wait, you
too.
can at least see one more picture.
Okay,
Like
one more picture. He's looking.
there.
Oh,
There
oh,
he
that's
is.
so cute. Oh, that's a better picture. I like that one.
Yep. It took some doing. He, like Snoopy, hates getting his picture taken.
Yeah.
Yep. He hates getting his picture taken, and Snoopy did too. So, yep.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
yep. So,
That's a
Jill,
good
you
one.
take care,
You too.
and we will talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you next time. Bye bye, guys.
Have a
Bye.
good one, Jill.
Anti-derivative Jill. And let's see. Let's see. Snortapoopa says, I choose my humans very carefully. Licks chops.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I think of myself as a lap bear. Dar says, is it true that pets look like their owners?
Yeah.
Uh, welcome.
Not quite.
Welcome to the pod trike. Oh
Yep.
God. Will Slapshot tell Trike how to get treats? Well, let me tell you about Trike's interaction with the ferrets.
Oh
Um,
dear.
uh, we think last night, he got a little agitated, tore the place apart. We didn't
Yeah.
have a crate yet. We didn't have a crate yet because Snoopy hated crates.
Hmm.
And so we had our crate torn down and didn't set it back up.
Yeah.
Even though we saw that he was good on on with crates. So we left them for the recital, and we look at the camera, and the kitchen is trashed.
Yeah.
He probably got agitated, was looking for us, and things started falling. Cats and dogs living together, trash everywhere. So we're over there. We come home. We see the place disaster. You know, it. We were only home with him maybe a half hour before we had to leave.
Yeah.
So so we had to deal with that. So
Yeah.
in the meantime, the gate to the ferrets room was knocked down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And evidently he must have, we're not sure whether they knocked it down from the other side or
Yeah.
he knocked it down. I'm thinking the other two knocked it down.
Uh,
So he probably got in there. They were fine because we also heard as part of the briefing
yeah.
that he doesn't like cats. He is
Mhm.
not a cat dog. He does like dogs. He does like kids, but he does not like cats. So
Well, I won't hold that against him.
yeah. So the cats were fine. This morning when we went in to clean the ferrets, he was starting to go in. We said, no. So we held him back and he started sniffing Slapshot. Now Slapshot's walking away, and I'm of course keeping my hand on his collar, and
Mhm.
and then he's Trike sniffing Slapshot, not doing anything else. And then I
Yeah.
pick up Slapshot, and I'm holding him, keeping separated from this big lug.
Yeah.
We don't know how he's handling things, and he sniffed Slapshot and then went on his way. Slapshot went back into his room, went to sleep.
Yeah.
So we're thinking that they may get along with just keeping positive control of these guys because he's still a new person.
Yeah,
And
he's got to get
fortunately,
acclimated.
fortunately, he and I are spending the day together tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because our Passover Seder isn't till almost 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Sundown's at 7:50, if I remember right. And then on Tuesday, both Sandra and I are off, so we'll be spending a lot of time with this lug. Getting it.
Great.
Let's see. Darth says Snoop is a good name. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then
What in the world?
what?
Pudgy has a red nose.
Pudgy has a red nose. Why do you have a red nose?
Pudgy the red-nosed hedgehog.
And a very shiny nose. Pudgy doesn't know what happened. Pudgy pushed the button and made it glow.
So Darth says Snoop is a good name. Yes, it was. And Phantom Outsider says Snoopy wanted to make sure someone was going to watch over his humans. I think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Trike is cute. Yes, he is.
Of course, he sniffs Slapshot and says, "Wow, smells like Raymond's shirt."
Oh no! Let's not go there. Let's not go there, John. Pudgy's been in the giggle juice again. What the heck? Is that a lollipop?
He got a hammer.
Pudgy found a hammer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Pudgy's pushing buttons again.
Oh no. Pudgy's been in the giggle juice again.
Uh-huh.
All right.
If Pudgy had a hammer, he'd hammer in the morning.
Well, I think it's time for. This has been great. We're at about 2.5 hours, and I think it's time for show notes. Pudgy's playing with his hammer.
It's hammer time.
Hammer time. I
wonder if I still know that song.
Shows with Mr. Rain. Show those with Sandra too. Mr. Raymond, push the button.
Legata or Rennie says Pudgy's playing with the hammer. How many licks to the center of the Tootsie Pop? Pudgy Hedgehog.
Pudgy doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I crunch as well. Actually, Slapshot told Trike that the humans wear wee-wee pads, a.k.a. Raymond's shirt. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. I am never going to live that down. Never, ever. As long as Fett, Fez, Wendy, Pudgy, everybody has that was a day that will live in infamy.
Yep.
Okay, but now we're at show notes. All right. This coming Wednesday, we're going to have 24/7 Fusion Media on.
Mm-hmm.
On May 1st, we're going to have our robotics expert, Jandar Bradshaw.
Yay, Mr. Robot Man.
Mr. Robot Man. He also did stuff with the Eclipse.
Oh, cool.
We lost the Eclipse, or he was working with the Great Lakes Science Center on the Eclipse, so we'll have him talk about that.
Great.
On May 1st. On May 8th, we will be back to doing Fantastic Four. Our Fantastic Four reviews.
Sweet.
Yes. And let's see. On Jill left before we had a chance to talk about it. May 15th, we're going to talk about Deep Space Nine time travel episodes.
Very good.
So that's coming up for interviews, and of course we've got Just Cuz, where madness ensues, chaos reigns, and the kitty table is open for business.
Get back to the Saturday shows?
Yeah, we'll be back to the Saturday show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it for the schedule, Pudge?
Yeah, so Saturday Just Cuz, April 27th at 5 p.m. Saturday Just Cuz, May 4th at 5 p.m. And Saturday Just Cuz, May 11th at 5 p.m.
You got it, Pudge.
All times in Eastern.
Yes, you got it, Pudgy. And don't forget, PodCon, June 22nd.
Yes.
We are working that hard. I got to start narrowing down a time. We got to start doing the advertisements and posters. I got to work with Fed on that. So,
and he did a few shout outs for it on his stream last night too.
Oh, great. So yes, we are getting ready for PodCon. That is just over a month away. It'll be 2 months away tomorrow. Yeah. Cool. 2 months away tomorrow. PodCon. Gettysburg will never be the same.
This time it's personal.
Yeah.
Because, we'll be in person.
Mm-hmm. Snorta Poopa says, take care, every human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, ferret, eagle, hedgehog, and silky chicken. All right.
Silky chicken.
Yes.
Cocoa Pop, silky pop.
Oh, and the Snoopy logo will stay up for the month.
Yes.
Okay.
So we get to see Snoopy.
Yep.
But we'll also have trike sightings.
Yep.
So he's the new official dog of the pod. So, all right, that is show notes.
Cool.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. With Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes.
Dun. So that is show notes. And I'd like to thank everybody for being here tonight. It was a fun time. I needed this. Sandra needed this. I think we all needed this after this.
Yep.
So let me thank everybody who was here. In the chat, we had Dad Man Walking, the Bachelor Man.
Yep.
We had Darth. Thank you, sir. We had Tim, FKHC 2005. We had Jack Lumen. We had Lord Thoth. We had the Deadly, the Devious, the Polar Bear Baiting Phantom Outsider. We had Rancor Steve. Steve, if you're still out there, let's hook up an interview. We had Matt G, also known as Taylor Swift, Greater Than Disney. And that is the amazing chat who was here. We had the amazing wrenchers, those that keep things sane and otherwise non-destructive. We had our producer, Sandra, here. Unfortunately, she's got to work tomorrow, so she's already in bed. And my guess is Trike has joined her. We had the great Fet for Hire. He was working, so he couldn't hit the panel. We had the first one in, the last one out, Legatus Legionary Troublemaker. We had the lovely Reniel.
Yep.
We had Stark of Iron. We had joining the panel. We had Dalek451. And we had Anti-Derivative Jew. Check out their channels. They're doing cool things.
Yep.
And lastly, not leastly, he paid me to say that. Well, he forced me to say that. Otherwise, I'd be crushed. All right. And this time, we'll get a picture. Snorta Poopas! Q bar. Dot, dot, scream. Hashtag roar. Great show, Dolphin. But you know who it was. It was Snort that carried the show as usual. All right, the other guy. Wait a minute, I gotta make sure timing's right here. All right, the other guy. Sniffle. Dot. Boom. And finally, Major Kong. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! All right, guys. See you Saturday. Well, I'll see you Wednesday. The other guys will see you Saturday. Bye, guys.
Yep.
All right. So we got the most explosive members of the cast out of the way.
Yep.
So let me thank the esteemed members of my panel. Thank you, Fez, for being here, my co-host.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. And again, welcome, Trike, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I know he's going to be a great addition to the pod.
Oh, I think so. I think so. And
and have a happy Passover. All the
thank you.
best.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. And Pudgy, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for inviting Pudgy. Pudgy had a wonderful time, Mr. Raymond.
Oh, and I had a wonderful time with you. You are an amazing little hedgehog.
Yes, he is.
And go tell us what's coming up on your channel.
Pudgy's going to be doing a show tomorrow. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. Pudgy's going to be playing Overwatch with Miss Wicked Bunny. She's real nice. And and Pudgy will post the official Pudgy schedule a little bit later tonight. There's one more chapter of Ghost of Kennesaw, Chapter 8, which Pudgy and Cobalt are working on right now. So we're hoping to release that within a week, either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. All right. Make sure you go to Pudgy Adventures to look at these great stories and see him play games like a good hedgehog should.
Yay, thank you.
Yep. All right, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for being here. This was a great show. And also, thanks for putting the S's out there. Did I put my S out there? I put my S out. Yes, I put my S out there. Yes, put the S's for Snoopy out there. So I want you all to be safe. I want you all to be happy. And we will see you on Wednesday.
Yep.
Bye, all. Love you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Stay safe.
Yep.